Hey everybody, it's Kristina Zias, and I'm in the Big Brother backyard with none other than Julie Chen. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm flying high right now.
Oh my goodness, this was such a shocking finale for me. What was your feelings when you finally took Josh out, the last final key? Were you surprised?
Well, I talked to my producers in the commercial break because we get the reject keys. You know, we take the pouches, so we do the math. So I knew ahead of time. But when they told me, you know, Josh won by one, I was trying to do the math, and I said, okay, I can figure out who voted for Paul. So I just need to know who are the 4 people who voted for Paul. And I figured for sure Matt and Raven, okay? And I thought maybe Keven, but I wasn't sure of who that 4th vote was, because Cody was on a mission in that jury house to poison the well. He was working everyone up to be against Paul.
That's interesting, because I feel like he respected Paul's game a lot too. Like, he hated Josh as well.
I know, but he really, Josh got on his nerves, but I feel like Paul, the minute he saw Paul come in and everyone was like, he was like, he had like laser eyes for him to get him out. Paul just rubbed him the wrong way as a game player. I think Josh, he just was like, you're not my type of person to hang out with. I don't know how to respect for you. I think it was more like that. But Paul was like a deep-seated, I don't know what was going on with that.
I mean, I think Paul is obviously blindsided. What do you think he could have done differently to change the outcome of tonight?
I think a couple of things. When he delivered a beautiful and well thought out final plea to the jury for their votes, but I think he should have voiced a little bit more remorse for having to blindside people and explain himself, and if he had been a little bit more apologetic about that. I also feel while Josh was so nervous and presenting his case to the jury, Paul was making these faces that were pretty disrespectful to Josh and like incredulous, and had a chip on his shoulder. He was just kind of like, and like, I don't think that went over well. And yes, maybe to Jason's question to him, like, why did you, up into the last minute in the final hours, knowing you were going to say adios to us, why didn't you clue us in? Like, why weren't you decent enough to do that?
Right.
He could have done that, but you know what? He really couldn't have, because once you tell one person, you've told the world.
It's over.
Yeah, they're going to tell everyone else, and then his gig would have been up.
I mean, that's true. Well, if you were to be in the Big Brother house, who would you choose? What top 3 players would you choose to form an alliance with?
From this season?
From this season. Good luck.
I know. I guess it's easy for me to say now, Josh and Christmas.
No, you can't say that. I guess you can. Josh, Christmas, Paul.
No, I probably would have said, I mean, I had in our office poll, I had Cameron winning the whole thing.
What?
So don't ask me.
Okay, so do not bet with Julie ever. Don't go to Vegas with Julie. No, not happening.
No, I'll be the first to say it. No, run.
That's so funny. Well, Julie, you might know my friend Morgan over here.
She looks familiar.
She looks a little familiar. She wants to ask you a question, so I hope that's okay.
Yes,
okay.
please.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm here with Julie Chen, as you can see.
Winner.
Yes.
BB OTT
Oh my
over
gosh,
the top.
it's memories being back here again, but I have to ask you a few questions. So we found out that Cody was America's favorite player tonight. Were you surprised by that at all?
Very, very. But I feel like, everyone I talk to, whether it's like family members, friends across the country, everyone's a Cody fan. And I don't know, I guess I'm a little bit out of touch. I feel like the memory that stays in my head is when he was running the show. He was kind of like the prom king, and whether you want to say unfortunately for him or fortunately for him, he had to evict so many people because of circumstances. I think personally he'd love that power, and I think it was power tripping a little bit. And I think what turned the public that was like kind of like, he and Jessica are like the cool kids, and we like the underdogs. I think what turned that ship around for him, and he became a fan favorite, was when he was isolated, when he fell from
When he was
grace.
the underdog, basically.
Yes. And when he admitted in that moment in a fight with Jess and she stormed off, he said to himself, this is why I'm single. I think that moment alone, people went like, yeah, they said, oh wow, he's human. He knows his shortcomings, and people like that. And I think when he came out and sat down with me and he like had a smile on his face, you saw like, all right, he's not a
Were you surprised to see see Cody actually smiling?
Yes, I mean, this is the guy, he'd go into the diary room to vote, and I'd say, hi, Cody. He never said hi. Never said hi. He's like, just
I vote to evict.
yeah, like I was like, all right, So,
All right.
yes.
Well, one last question. Celebrity Big Brother is coming up. Julie, would you make it in that house?
No, I've tried to play for 4 hours in the
think you
past
do
with my talk co-hosts, and I barely won competitions. Like, I was just naive after even hosting. I mean, really expect the unexpected. I'm not cut out for this game. I can host it, and I can stay on the sidelines, but I can't be in it.
All right. Well, we'll keep seeing you host, and maybe one day we'll see. Thank you so much, Julie.
Thank you, Morgan.
Bye.